You know, ranking #1 on Google, it is, well, it's officially a vanity metric now.
It really is.
Which is wild because, I mean, what used to be the absolute holy grail of digital marketing, the thing everybody fought for, it just got completely dismantled.
Yeah, it's a profound realization, isn't it?
It really is.
I mean, the very foundation of how we measure success on the internet has just shifted right under our feet. That top spot on the traditional search page, it simply does not carry the economic or informational weight it used to.
Not at all. And that counterintuitive reality is exactly what we're getting into for this deep dive. So we are looking at the SEO Daily Technology Report. And this is dated exactly 2026-08-26.
Right.
And our mission for this deep dive is to decode how something called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO, has just completely rewritten the playbook for how information is discovered on the web.
And honestly, this matters to absolutely everyone listening.
Oh, totally.
Because whether you run, say, a massive e-commerce operation, or you write an independent blog, or honestly, even if you are just a consumer trying to find the best espresso machine.
Right.
The fundamental architecture of how you find information and how information finds you has structurally changed as of August 2026.
Yeah.
The old rules of the web are breaking down, and a completely new paradigm has taken over.
Exactly. But before we figure out how to optimize for this new web, I feel like we have to understand what it actually looks like.
Right, the physical layout.
Yeah, because the physical search page has essentially been dismantled and rebuilt by AI. If you look at the data from the August 2026 report, it shows that Google AI overviews now appear for 59.73% of U.S. queries.
Which is a staggering escalation when you look at the timeline.
Right.
If you rewind just a bit to May of 2025, that number was sitting at roughly 28%.
Wow.
So we have seen the presence of these AI-generated, synthesized answers at the top of the search page more than double in a little over a year.
And it's not just a small snippet anymore.
Yeah.
It's taking over the entire screen real estate.
Taking up the whole phone screen.
Yeah, exactly. And it is no longer just a static box of text either, because earlier in 2026, Google launched AI mode, which introduced a conversational interface right there on the search engine results page. I mean, you can ask 3, 4, 5 follow-up questions to refine your search without ever clicking a single external link.
Right, exactly. The search engine is no longer a directory pointing you to a destination.
Yeah.
The search engine is the destination itself.
The destination itself. Wow.
And to accelerate the shift, we really have to look at the August 2026 spam update.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, which started rolling out aggressively on August 18th.
And from what the data in the report shows, it is taking absolute no prisoners.
None. Zero.
Yeah.
The update is actively penalizing old-school tactics.
Right.
Things like thin content, keyword stuffing, or, those programmatic pages that just swap out city names to rank for local searches.
Oh, I hate those. Like best plumber in Chicago, best plumber in Evanston.
Exactly. The tricks people use to game the traditional ranking algorithms are now massive liabilities. The algorithms are looking for deep, synthesized substance now.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because traditional SEO, it was a lot like trying to win a gold medal in a solo sprint.
Okay.
You train, you optimize your keywords, you build your backlinks, and you just try to run faster than the 10 other blue links on the page to cross that #1 finish line first.
Right.
But this new AI citation model, it is not a race at all.
No.
It is like trying to get invited as a guest expert to an exclusive, heavily curated roundtable discussion hosted by an AI.
That's a great way to put it.
You do not just want to run fast. You need the AI host to turn to the audience and say, according to our expert here, this is the definitive answer.
That is a brilliant way to visualize it, because you are shifting your mindset from positioning to citation.
Right.
You aren't trying to beat the other websites. You are trying to become the most reliable source material for the machine's ultimate answer.
Which raises an immediate strategic problem.
How to get in.
Yeah. If my goal is to get a seat at that exclusive AI roundtable, how do I actually secure the invitation? I can't just knock on the door. I have to hand the bouncer the right VIP credentials, which is where the technical standards of generative engine optimization step in. Because the report explicitly notes that GEO has moved from an experimental concept to an absolute essential requirement in 2026.
It is the new foundation of digital visibility.
Yeah.
And A massive functional part of this shift is the rapid adoption of the llms.txt standard.
Okay, let me stop you there because the report mentions llms.txt right alongside traditional XML sitemaps.
Right.
But they serve very different purposes, don't they?
Very different.
If I'm understanding this right, an XML sitemap is just a basic directory for a traditional search crawler, like a map.
Exactly.
But llms.txt feels more like handing a spreadsheet to a robot. Like if you go to a restaurant, the human customer wants a beautifully designed menu with appetizing descriptions, right?
Absolutely.
But if a robot chef comes into the kitchen, it doesn't care about the beautiful menu. It wants a brutal, structured spreadsheet of ingredients, exact temperatures, and nutritional data.
Yes.
Is that what llms.txt is doing for these AI crawlers?
That is a spot-on analogy. The llms.txt file is explicitly telling the large language model crawlers, here is the raw, unformatted, high-value data you need to synthesize your answers.
Wow.
It strips away the formatting and points the AI directly to your core knowledge base, your documentation, and your priority content.
So it's just raw data.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you are missing this file on your server in August 2026, you are essentially invisible to a massive and growing segment of AI-first searchers.
But it goes beyond just a single text file, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because the report emphasizes a massive reliance on entity SEO and schema markup to really feed these machines. We are talking about JSON-LD, FAQ schemas, how-to schemas, product and organization markups. I want to clarify entity SEO because that sounds like terrifying technical jargon to a lot of people.
It does sound intimidating.
But essentially, instead of hoping the AI reads a paragraph and figures out if I'm talking about Apple the fruit versus Apple the tech company, I am actively tagging the word in the code with a digital ID badge that says this is a multinational technology corporation.
What's fascinating here is this fundamental transition from optimizing for human-readable formatting to optimizing for machine inference.
Machine inference.
Yes, you are exactly right about the digital ID badge. You are defining entities, people, places, concepts so explicitly in the background code that the AI doesn't have to spend computational power guessing what your page is about.
It just knows.
It knows. And this is why FAQ patterns specifically have surged in importance.
Oh, right.
Well-structured FAQ content is incredibly easy for an AI assistant to extract. The machine can instantly parse the question, verify the entity, and pull the definitive answer to serve directly to the user.
But wait, I have to push back on this a little.
Yeah.
Because if we are designing websites primarily for a machine crawler reading a .txt file and a bunch of JSON-LD data, aren't we ruining the actual reading experience for the human being who eventually clicks the link? Like if the whole internet becomes just rigidly structured FAQ blocks meant for an AI to scrape, doesn't the web become incredibly sterile and boring to actually read?
It's a very valid fear.
Yeah.
But it actually highlights the beauty of things like JSON-LD. Because JSON-LD sits entirely in the background of your code.
Oh, okay.
It is essentially a hidden, invisible layer of structured data that speaks directly to the machine, explaining the relationships and the cold, hard facts on the page.
Right.
Meanwhile, the front end, what the human user actually sees on their screen, can still be beautifully designed, narrative-driven, and highly engaging.
I see.
You are serving two distinct audiences simultaneously. The AI crawler gets the perfectly organized data spreadsheet it craves, and the human gets the rich, immersive experience they deserve.
Oh, okay. So it's not about making the visible page look like a spreadsheet. That's a relief. But once you start building this hidden architecture to appease the machine, you quickly run into a huge realization that the August 2026 report makes abundantly clear. There isn't just one machine anymore. Google's absolute monopoly on discovery has completely fractured.
Fractured is the perfect word.
Yeah.
If a brand is only optimizing its technical architecture for Google in August of 2026, the data estimates they are missing roughly half of the AI-driven discovery ecosystem.
Half. That is a catastrophic loss of potential traffic.
It's massive.
We are looking at platforms like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, and Gemini, and they're all sending massive, measurable referral traffic now.
They are.
But the challenge is they do not all think the same way. The report goes out of its way to explain how they have distinct citation algorithms.
Right. You can almost think of them as having unique personality.
Personalities, yeah.
They value different types of information based on how their specific models were trained.
Okay, so give me an example.
Well, Perplexity, for example, functions almost like a hyper-caffeinated high-speed news researcher.
Right.
It prioritizes highly recent, authoritative sources with very explicit real-time citations.
Right. Whereas ChatGPT, according to the report, favors conversational depth.
Yes.
It is looking for comprehensive answers backed by strong EEAT signals, experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness.
Exactly.
And then you have Claude, which takes an entirely different approach, aggressively emphasizing highly nuanced, philosophical, and well-reasoned content over just raw data points.
Precisely. And because of this wild fragmentation in how information is valued, we've seen the emergence of entirely new, dedicated tracking tools.
Like what?
Platforms like Trackings.ai and Athena HQ.
Right.
You need these because traditional rank tracking is dead.
Right.
These new tools monitor your brand's visibility across all these different AI search engines. They track your specific citations by platform, by query, by region, and even by time interval.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting.
Right.
Because if I am a creator or a brand, I'm facing a massive strategic dilemma.
How so?
Well, if Perplexity wants breaking news, and ChatGPT wants an academic textbook of deep expertise, and Claude wants a philosophical essay on nuance, how does a creator optimize for all three without turning their content into a schizophrenic mess?
Right.
I mean, you can't write one article that perfectly satisfies three wildly different AI personalities.
You can't. And you shouldn't try to cram all those distinct tones into one narrative.
So what do you do?
The solution actually brings us right back to the entity SEO we just discussed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If your core entities, your facts, and your structured data are built perfectly, you don't need to change your tone. You build a deeply comprehensive, centralized piece of content.
Okay.
Because your JSON-LD and your llms.txt are so well structured, Perplexity's crawler can instantly identify and extract the recent data points.
Right.
ChatGPT's crawler can pull the comprehensive context and author credentials, and Claude's crawler can identify the nuanced argument.
Yep.
You allow each unique AI personality to extract exactly the facet of your content that it values most.
Okay, so if I have to optimize a single page to appease three completely different AI personalities and track how I'm being cited across all of them daily, I can't possibly do that manually.
No, absolutely not.
There has to be a way to automate this. Which brings us to the 2026 tech stack and the automation loop. Because to survive this, the tools of the trade have had to evolve into massive AI-powered command centers.
They are essentially military-grade command centers for digital visibility at this point.
Yeah.
Let's look at how the traditional SEO giants have adapted. Take SE ranking, which the August 2026 report highlights as a top recommendation for agencies.
Right, at what, $129 a month for their core plan?
Exactly, $129 a month.
Hmm.
And they aren't just checking blue links anymore. They have built-in AI visibility tracking. Their system tracks 100 different prompts daily across Google AI overviews, AI modes, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity.
That's intense.
It is. They are analyzing sentiment and citation presence across the entire fragmented web. And they offer 25,000 data API credits to help parse it all.
Wow. And they are also offering heavy JavaScript rendering for technical audits, which we will get to in a second.
Yeah.
Then you have SEMrush, still acting as the ultimate all-in-one hub. Their SEO plan is running about $139.95 a month now, but they have fully rebranded their core offering to feature an AI visibility toolkit. They aren't just giving you keyword volume. They are giving your domain a brand score from 0 to 100 across AI search surfaces. They literally estimate your monthly AI audience and use their own generative AI copilots to interpret the data and tell you what to fix.
And we cannot forget Arrest, standing firm as the backlink powerhouse.
Right, at $129 a month for the light plan.
Yep, their link index is updating every 15 to 30 minutes.
That's incredibly fast.
It is. But more importantly, for 2026, they've integrated AI to automatically identify toxic link patterns and link velocity anomalies.
Oh, because the spam update.
Exactly. Because AI search engines are incredibly sensitive to manipulation, catching a toxic backlink attack early is crucial.
But the report doesn't just focus on the tracking side. It heavily emphasizes the gritty technical tools.
Yes.
Things like Screaming Frog, which is what, $290 a year?
Around there, yes.
And Sitebulb at about $18 a month. And the reason these are so critical ties directly back to that August 2026 spam update we mentioned earlier.
Absolutely.
The standard for technical SEO has been raised exponentially, specifically around JavaScript rendering and core web vitals. let's clarify why this matters.
Okay.
Traditional crawlers could look at basic HTML text pretty easily, but modern websites built on complex frameworks like React, Vue, or Angular require the search engine crawler to actually render the JavaScript just to see the content.
Exactly. And rendering JavaScript requires a massive amount of computing power.
Right.
As of August 2026, the major search engines are essentially drawing a line in the sand. AI computation is already incredibly expensive.
So expensive.
If your site has broken JavaScript, or if your core web vitals show that your pages load slowly, the AI crawler simply will not waste its resources rendering your site.
Wow.
You will be ignored, deprioritized, and dropped from the index. Technical SEO is no longer a once-a-year audit to fix some broken links. It is a vital heartbeat that requires continuous automated monitoring.
I'm seeing a theme here. The auditing is continuous, the tracking is automated, and according to the report, the actual content creation is becoming highly automated as well.
Oh, definitely.
The data highlights AI SEO content automation platforms like AirOps, Koala AI, and WriteSonic. And just for context, WriteSonic's Pro plan is up to $249 a month now. We are talking about tools using multi-model AI combining GPT, Claude, and Gemini to generate structure with schema markup and publish long-form articles at scale. Content creation is now a semi-automated production line.
It is a massive shift in scale. A small team can now produce the volume of content that used to require a massive editorial department.
Wait, I have to stop and push back on this entirely.
Okay.
Because if tools like AirOps are actively writing the content and AI crawlers from ChatGPT and Google are the ones reading the content, aren't we just creating a closed-loop echo chamber of AI talking to AI?
Yeah.
If the machines are both the authors generating the articles and the audience reading and citing them, where does human originality actually fit in? Doesn't the internet just collapse into a synthetic sludge?
That is the great existential fear of the 2026 web.
It has to be.
It is the exact scenario digital philosophers have been warning about.
Uh-huh.
But it is also exactly why the search engines have aggressively built a defense mechanism to prevent that echo chamber from destroying the utility of search entirely.
Okay, so they have a plan.
Right. If the engines just recycle synthetic sludge, users will abandon them. So their defense mechanism against AI-generated noise is the human firewall.
Ah, which is where EEAT and brand authorities step in as the ultimate gatekeepers.
Precisely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the internet has circled back to prioritizing genuine real-world reputation over digital trickery.
Right.
EAAT, which stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness, are no longer just polite guidelines tucked away in a Google Quality Rater manual.
No.
In 2026, they are hard algorithmic ranking factors.
And the report points out this is especially true for YMYL topics, your money or your life.
Yes, absolutely.
If you are a website giving financial advice, legal counsel, or medical information, the AI absolutely must verify that you are a genuine human expert before it cites you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because the liability is too high.
Yeah.
AI overviews actively seek out and reward real-world brand signals.
What does a real-world brand signal look like in this context?
We're talking about unlinked press mentions in mainstream news, genuine industry citations across multiple social and academic platforms, and original primary research.
Yeah.
The AI will actively choose to cite a piece of content from an established brand over a page that is perfectly optimized on a technical level but comes from an unknown, faceless entity.
So you can have the most perfectly structured JSON LD and the cleanest llms.txt file in the world, but if nobody in the real world knows who you are, the AI isn't going to trust you.
Not at all.
The ultimate conclusion of the August 26 report is that SEO and brand PR are now completely inseparable. You cannot just code your way to the top anymore. You have to build genuine, recognizable, topical authority.
Because a real-world footprint is the only way the AI knows it is pulling from a verified human truth and not just recycling another machine's hallucination.
So what does this all mean for the people listening?
Well,
If brand authority and mainstream PR are the ultimate currencies of 2026, does the independent blogger or the small mom-and-pop shop stand a chance against massive corporations with multi-million-dollar PR budgets?
it's a fair question.
Because if EET is driven by press mentions, do the big budgets just automatically win the AI overviews?
It is a steep hill,
Yeah.
undoubtedly. But the advantage for the small player lies in hyper-specific niche authority and localized trust.
Okay, how so?
Well, a mom-and-pop shop might not get featured in a national newspaper, but they don't need to.
Right.
If they have genuine local citations, structured entity data proving their physical presence, and highly specialized knowledge about their specific community that massive corporations overlook, they can dominate the AI citations for their neighborhood.
Oh, that makes sense.
The AI wants the most accurate, experienced answer for the specific user's context, not necessarily just the loudest or richest brand overall.
That is a crucial distinction. It is about the depth of experience and hyperrelevance, not just the breadth of the budget.
Exactly.
So to bring this all together and recap our journey through this August 2026 landscape.
Yeah, let's recap.
The days of the traditional #1 blue link are effectively over. We are now optimizing for AI citations, trying to get a seat at the round table. To do that, we are deploying tools like llms.txt and complex JSON LD schema to ensure machine inference, acting as that spreadsheet for the robot chef. We have to track our visibility across a deeply fragmented multi-engine ecosystem balancing Google, ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Claude using heavy-duty AI tech stacks that monitor everything from computational JavaScript rendering to brand sentiment.
Right.
And above all else, bulletproof human brand authority is the only way to break through the AI-generated echo chamber.
It is a fundamentally different internet than it was even 2 years ago. We have engineered a highly efficient, incredible system for extracting and synthesizing answers.
Yeah, we have.
But as we look at this perfect extraction model, there is a deep, lingering question that all the technical data in the August 2026 report doesn't explicitly answer.
Bless that.
If AI overviews are successfully pulling all the best data from our sites, synthesizing it, and answering the user's question perfectly right there on the search page, the user never actually has to click our link.
Right.
And if nobody clicks, nobody visits our site, nobody sees our ads, and nobody buys our products.
Yeah.
So the question is, who is going to fund the creation of the original human expert content that these AI engines rely on to survive?
Wow. That is the multi-billion-dollar question for the future of the web's economic model.
It really is.
We encourage everyone